Chris here with Gospel Progressions University, and I'm going to show you a movement that is popular in gospel music and gospel kind of churchy music to get you to the 4 chord. So we're going to play this in the key of E flat major, right? And let's say that we gave each note in E flat, it's a 7-tone scale, a number. So E flat would be 1, F is 2, G is 3, A flat is 4, B flat is 5, C is 6, and D is 7. And we're back to 1 again, right? So in this, what we can do now is assign each one a number, and then on top of that, we're going to assign each movement a particular change. So I'm going to show you what I mean. We can go to the 4 chord, right? We can do it several ways. We can go 1, the 1 chord, then we can play a 2 chord triad, right? Then we can do a 3 chord triad, and then go right to the 4 chord if we wanted to. I just did this. All right, so we've heard that, and it's, you know, it's a million songs, like literally, but we want to do something that's a little more churchy, right? So what we can do, we can approach it via a half-step approach. There are several ways. Like I said, we can approach it going full half steps, either ascending or descending. But one of the most popular ways to approach that is to drop down chromatically or go down chromatically. We're going to go to the 6 chord, right? Which would be, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be a minor chord. All right, so we can play, well, let's keep it simple. We can play the minor chord here. We want to get to here. So what we'll do is take everything down chromatically to a point. We can actually go the entire way chromatically, but we can start with the 6 minor. So what we'll do is go 6 minor, and then we'll go take that minor, lower the half step. Everything a half step. The C a half step, the E flat a half step to D, and the G a half step down to F sharp, right? So we have this here, this chord we know, C minor, and we have this chord here, B minor. And we continue that trend. We bring the B down a half step to B flat, the D down to D flat, and the F sharp down to F. Now with this, we know that we have basically 3 minor chords. C minor chord, a B minor chord, and a B flat minor chord. So of course the bass line would be, all right, so we know that this is a minor chord. So if you think about it, we have 2 things. The target chord, it's B minor. It's the first thing. The second thing, if we look at a scale or a cluster of notes, being the major scale, the 7 tones diatonically, we know that, let's say like an E flat is going to be major, F is minor, G is minor, A flat rather is major, and B flat is major, right? So you have 1 major for E flat, the 4 chord is major, the 5 chord is major. Then we have the 2 chord is minor, 3 chord is minor, and the 6 chord is minor, and then we have, of course, the 7th will be diminished. So in essence, we have 1, 2, 3 major, okay, and then we have here all minor, okay, 2, 3, and 6, right? Now it's important to understand that because we're approaching a minor chord. So if we're approaching this minor chord, right, it's either going to be, it can be in several keys, because we know that we'll see C minor at least, 3 other places, right? Okay, we have this here, we have a C minor, and we know we have an F minor, and we have a G minor, but we do not have a B flat minor. All right, but since we're going to chord number 4, now we can look at that scale diatonically, because we know this one. All right, now we can look at A flat diatonically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1, right? So if we have our A flat here as 1, we have a 2 chord, which is B flat. So we know that A flat, the 1 chord, is going to be major. The 4 chord, D flat, is going to be major. The 5 chord, E flat, is going to be major. Those are the 3 that are major. Then we have the other 3 that are minor, and the last one is diminished, giving you 7 chords diatonically. So we already established that 2, 3, and 6 are going to be your minor chords. So if we look here, you see that we have B flat minor, we have C minor, and F minor. So if we're approaching, this is our target chord here, we have a 2 chord for A flat, because we have this D flat here. Because remember, we moved down chromatically, so to have a 2 chord. So typically in gospel, we have movements that go from a 2 to a 5, and it resolves at a 1. That is the most popular chord progression in gospel music. So now, one of the most. So now I would say that if we were approaching this and we have the 2 chord, this automatically changes to the 2 chord for A flat. We have an E flat chord and we bring it right back home to A flat. We have a new tonal center, a new key center. So we move from this to this, just going down half steps, 5 and 1. So what I did there now, so we can add some spice to it, so to speak. We can take the C minor and add the B flat and the D, giving us this. And take the C here, instead of playing the C here, we can bring it down here. So we drop this C down to here. So we have this. And we can have the B flat here and do this. Same thing, the next note, just go down chromatically a half step. And a chromatically half step again. And then we have a different color or quality chord. Same minor chord, because we have the minor every time. The C minor, the B minor, and the A flat, the B flat minor. But we have a different feel. And now we can go from here and just drop this note down to here. Right? So again. So that's how you would approach the 4 chord. In real time, you would have this. And on your dominant chord, you can make it dominant if you want to. And there's a lot to discuss about what I did. I'm not going to break down the entire thing, but I want you to understand that when we have 4 chords in gospel, there are several ways we can get to them. We can play just a 1 chord and make it dominant, and then go to a 4 chord, or this dominant 4 chord if we wanted to, or we can approach it via half step, starting from the 6th interval of the original chord, or the original tonal center, which was E flat. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have 2 now for A flat. It becomes the 5 of E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes the new 2 of A flat. 1, 2. So 5 for A flat is the 1 for E flat, and now we have a 4 chord for E flat and the 1 chord for A flat. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's helped you. And if it has, please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Hopefully it wasn't too much for you, but like I said, I can break down in a future lesson. I might break down some more of what I did. But if you have any further questions, please check out gospelprogressionsuniversity.com/Gospel Keys Pro and download my free guide. It's called What Do Pro Musicians Know That You Don't? It will be an absolute blessing to you. God bless you, and I hope to see you in the next video.